Hey folks, ThePandaPuncher here and welcome to World of Tanks. This is the granddaddy of all the free-to-play sort of armoured warfare type of games. I've recently brought you videos on, say, Steel Ocean, which is the newly released naval combat game, and War Thunder and Armoured Warfare. And these games basically are trying to tap into the success of this one. This one's brought to you by Wargaming. It is well polished, and today is actually the first day that I've been playing it in a long time, and it's the first chance I've had to actually play it with the HD client update, and I have to say it makes these tanks look absolutely fantastic, especially if you take a look at some of the more classic ones such as your M4 Sherman here and the Tiger 1. Of course, it wasn't the Tiger 1 when it first came out, it was just the Tiger. It was only Tiger 1 when the Tiger 2 came about. Look at the length of the gun on that thing. Probably going to be jumping into this for a first battle, but just a few things to point out. I do have a mod installed. It's Grandpa's Kiss Interface Enhanced Edition, which just adds some quality of life additions such as the XVM stats, which is why you can see how bad I've done overall in my career with each of these tanks. There's a few other things that it adds in-game, and we'll get to them once we jump into a battle. But yeah, let's just go with the Tiger 1 here and see how things go. This is a game I used to play a lot, religiously for a long time, but then certain things got in the way, and alas, I but just didn't get around to playing it as often, so I'm kind of glad to be getting back into it. At least I have an excuse to play it now, since I look to be recording a few videos on it. In this battle, we're coming up against two T-29s, which we're going to have to be careful with. They have very strong front armour. The Tiger 1 itself is, whilst it is a heavy tank, it's one of the first heavy tanks the Germans actually made for themselves. Its advantages lie on keeping a certain distance between itself and its opponents, because it's not great in close quarter combat, maybe because of the long gun and the increased traverse speed to bring that to bear has on it. This map is not one of my favourites. Basic objective here is either capture the enemy base or to eliminate all enemy opponents. They're both the same thing. I usually like to head down to this town on the right hand side because it provides a wee bit of additional coverage, but it does sort of induce that sort of peekaboo tactics that sometimes I'm not too good with. And apologies if I end up showing you a masterclass on how not to play World of Tanks here. I'm using the excuse of not having played it in a while, so bear with me. The Tiger 1's quite actually an interesting tank in the sense that it holds one of my favourite stats, and I've just got pummeled already. Are you fucking serious? That you usually always get to the other side. You get into the town before you get, and it's a T-29 over there. There's a T-29 there. Challenger. This thing has flat armour. It has probably, see if I get a shot off even on those T-29s, it's probably just going to bounce off them. So I need to keep them between me and the rock and hopefully squeeze off a shot on the guys up here. And now I'm just driving into a fucking rock. Right, see if we can get a shot on him. Come on, aim, fire. There we go, and a kill. Nice. There's a KV-1 there. We should be able to destroy him easy enough if we can get a shot. Oh, he just disappeared. Unless someone's destroyed him. I don't think so, though. He's definitely still up there. A couple of things that the Grandpa's Kiss mod adds is the, as you can see on the minimap, there's a faded out enemy tank symbols, which is their last known location on the map, which is kind of an interesting and handy little feature. I have no idea what that tank is. There's actually people sort of closing up on us here on the right hand side. Boom! Nice hit. If we can get another shot on him, that'd be a kill. Come on, just reverse back a wee bit, please. Not that I can shoot yet, I've not reloaded. The KV-1's still sitting up there. T-150 shouldn't be too much of a problem either. It's the T-29s with the big belly here. So yeah, the Grandpa's Kiss shows us the last known position of the enemy tanks, which makes sense at the end of the day, because if you were in battle and spotted an enemy tank, you would have a fair idea where they were. You know, you'd remember the last place located, or you'd at least be able to radio in, or where was such and such. So there's that, which is interesting. See if we can get a pop shot off on the T-150. Nope. The other thing worthy of note is up at the top there you can see the hits. I've got 3, and it gives you the who you've hit and how much damage. Is that KV1? Boom! There we go. Oh, the challenger just disappeared. Not reloaded anyway. Which is actually kind of nice to see how you're progressing in the battle. The other thing worthy of note, I suppose, is I think I need to decrease the size of them, but the names of the opponents on each side of the screen, and it gives you sort of a bit of a health bar. Kind of don't like that. Sort of feels like it's a bit of a hack. Not a hack, but it's not just a quality of life advantage, it becomes sort of game enhancing. So I might disable that feature, just go for the basic interface, Big Grandpa's case. It also changes your reticule, which I think and that guy's got. Our team is still behind in the terms of the kill count. I think it's mainly we're being swamped on the right hand side. Hopefully our team can howl out whilst we push the left hand side. Oh, Crusader. Oh, he's quite a distance away. Looking at the minimap. Minimap is your best friend in this. So it is. Sometimes I have a habit of sort of getting impatient with this game and just racing in and embarrassing myself and sort of essentially sacrificing myself too early on. And there's a tank right here. Let's bear around. Boom. Dead. Oh shit. Someone is shooting me from the left. Get back behind cover. Ow. Stop hitting me. I just want a hug. It's a H2O. No, I don't know what nation that is. Don't know anything about it. But if you get into view, good sir, I would like to shoot you, please. He hit me pretty hard, but that was 2 shots. He's possibly 2 shots from me as well. But if I get a good first shot... Oh, there's another Crusader. Probably isn't too worrisome at the minute. Let's see if we can get a shot on him. He's still poking behind a building or two, and he's dead now anyway. Let's see, now that object is pushing up on this guy. There's another object up here. There's their tank. Oh, come on. Come on. Ah, he's just hidden. There we go. That'll do the job. Keep pushing, folks, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Yeah, I thought I said it wrong there for a second. Ooh, that guy took a hit and a half. And he's destroyed as well. Where are the last of their tanks? This guy's still getting hit from somewhere over here, by the looks of things. There is probably just someone floating about near their base that hasn't really left. You've got a Nashorn and a Vickers. Here you just sort of just as the new saying goes, balls out and just go for it and see what you come across. Hopefully you do not die before they kill. Well, hopefully you get the kill before they kill you, is what I'm trying to say. Nashorn has 1 kill. He's an anti-tank too. He's going to pack a punch. Depends on where he is though. I don't want to capture the end zone or even give away that I'm this close. There's the Vickers. Boom. That'll do. Now it's to find the Nashorn. There he is. Zoom round. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And he's dead. Victory. 4 kills, that's not too bad. Not too shabby. Quite a bit of damage done to people. Over 1,000 damage done total. I am pleasantly surprised with that. In my few warm-up battles earlier today, I actually embarrassed myself instead of actually doing anything decent. A couple of awards here. Duelist, destroy at least 2 enemy vehicles that cause damage to you. The Fighter, destroy 4 or 5 enemy vehicles in one battle. And the Reaper, destroy 3 or more enemy vehicles in a row with a single shell each. And then you get these mastery badges. These are actually new since the last time I played, and we actually did quite a bit of damage. I do have premium because I'm currently playing World of Warships quite a bit, and I have premium in it. And as with all wargaming games, you buy premium in one, you have premium in the rest. And as a result, we got quite a bit of credits. We got decent XP, and I had 100% hit percentage. It's not often that has happened. So yeah, that was the Tiger 1. I'm thinking which tank shall we jump into next, because I do have a few to choose from. I was thinking of maybe starting a fresh, new account, new everything, and just sort of doing a road to whatever kind of thing. But you know what? It's kind of boring and it would take forever. I worked hard to get all these tanks, except for the Dicker Max and the Churchill 3, because I just bought them. Whenever you're actually trying to get up the ranks, it is kind of worth buying like a £5-6 tank, because their credit rewards for victories is quite decent. I don't think I could be arsed with anti-tank, because as you can see here, no turret, so you have to physically turn the tank if you want to take a shot. Just did the Tiger 1. Don't have the Tiger 2 fully upgraded. Let's go for a lower battle. Let's go KV-85. This is based off the KV-1, the tier 5, and it's quite interesting in the sense that I never bought the KV-85. I originally had bought the KV-1S, which was the original tier 6 for the Russians, but a patch came out, and holy shit, I'm against tier 8s. This is going to be a shit battle. I think it might be the same map too, but a patch came out where they split the KV-1S into 2 different tanks, and the KV-1S became a tier 5, an alternative to the KV-1, and those who had the KV-1S at tier 6 were given a KV-85, which replaced it. And apologies for that loud bang, but my seat just likes to make noises from time to time. Ooh, okay. It's, again, a long time since I played the game. This map has changed a lot. That hull used to be a lot bigger. Definitely a lot bigger. The town was a lot smaller, and there was more of a inclination over there as well. There was a wee bit of a hill. A lot of changes. It's kind of nice to see. And look at that. With the HD client, graphics update, the lighting, the general look of the tanks, it's a very, very pretty game. I suppose they had to update it with bringing out World of Warships, because it is a stunning game in its own right. Same objective, either capture the enemy point or eliminate all enemy tanks. This one won't be as successful as the last battle, just due to the fact that I am outmatched here, both in terms of firepower and armour. So it'll be interesting to see what I can do, if anything. Just hope to not die first. Contribute a wee bit, I suppose. Maybe do a bit of damage, help take the health down of some of these opponents. M41 Bulldog tier 7. What? He's just going to flying over the hill, is he? No, that wouldn't have been smart. Cromwell sitting over the other side. IS-3. He'd pack a punch. There's an IS-5. T-26E4. Ow. Ooh, there's no point me rushing out there. I may try and peek behind the T-29 anytime he goes forward, and hopefully sneak a shot off at the same time as him. Which, oh, this guy just... he's took a shot, so... Oh, dear. Shit. ARL-44. He wouldn't have hurt too much, but there's no point. And I... Oh, what an idiot. I just lost nearly half my health for no reason whatsoever. There's nothing I can do here. I'm absolutely outgunned. Come on, turret. Turn. So outgunned. Can't go up that hill or else I'll be pawned from the other side. I never know what to do in these situations. It's just hoping not to die. Pick off a couple of shots. Steal a kill. More just geared towards not dying too quickly. Even that T-29's getting pummeled. Like, hopefully they start realising that he's low in health, start peeking around the corner, taking a bit more of a risk. But again, that's probably just going to end in my death a wee bit sooner than I want. And that did nothing. Look at that. I am dead. Dead. Why did he not kill me? I pushed too far out, but now I don't have any cover. He's just going to keep coming around the corner, get this shot, and there we go. And even the T-29 there's getting outflanked because we lost our KN Jagdpanzer, I suppose, there at H1. So that opened it for them to be able to come around the corner without taking any damage. And there we go. That was a less than glorious battle in the KV-85. It's always one way or the other for me. It's either a fantastic battle like the one I just had in the Tiger, or it's absolutely horrendous like the KV-85. Right. Since that battle was so short, let's try and grab another one, but maybe try something different. I could go for the KV-1, which is my first and favourite tank in the game. Throughout all the early tiers, as you're grinding up to get to at least tier 5, where things start to sort of bulk up and start resembling, you know, real tanks instead of this shite at tier 3. Look at that. Look at the state of that. It's horrendous. And then look at, I mean, even the tier 4, like, that's just wild looking. It's just a box on wheels. Yeah, they're not great looking at the lower tiers. So yeah, the KV-1 was one of my favourites. It's the one I aimed for. And it might be interesting to take it out, but if I get screwed over in the matchmaking again, get stuck in with tier 7s, which is possible, there'll be 0 I can do. Could go into the Wolverine here. I'm in the middle of using it to... Ooh, I can actually research here. The 3-inch AT gun, rate of fire 14, 101 penetration, 110 damage. This, less rate of fire, less average penetration, but more damage. I suppose this is the one you actually want to go for. Yeah. So you could just wait and go down that line. It's very underpowered if you don't have the upgrade, which is kind of why you want, if you buy premium, you usually get some gold with it and convert to free XP. Yeah, let's not jump into that. Let's just choose something here quickly. I say quickly and then do nothing. Yeah, let's do the KV-1. Sometimes you seem to think that it's not a bad roll of the matchmaking there. Let's actually use it and not waste it. Sometimes you'd think that, you know, getting up to the higher ranked tanks and therefore more fun, more this, that and the on, but it's simply not the case. Sometimes I prefer floating around the 5, 6 and 7, mainly 5 and 6 for my battle choice. Even though I do have like the tier 8 Tiger 2, I don't like playing it that often. I don't like the battles at that level. Right, where shall we go on this map? Usually don't like starting on this side, but I shall head over to the left hand side of the map, because that's usually where I go. Actually, I think, say hypothetically speaking, I've played say 100 battles in this map. Where that guy just flashed over there at F8, F9, I think I've been to that side of the map like twice. So I know this side of the map more, so I'm just going to keep going this way. Look at the state of them. And the turret is placed in the middle of the tank, which means you have to put the front of the tank out around the corner to get a shot off, which leaves you open to shots before you can even see your opponent, which is just, well, I suppose the KV-1's not great either, but at least it's a wee bit more towards the front. Okay, we have a T-67 up here, pushing up with only 160 hit points, so it's a bit reckless on his part. We have a T1 Heavy floating about up there. He should... if I get the upper hand on the T1 Heavy, it should be alright. Well, he's taking a couple of hits now anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. But usually they can go toe for toe, except they are a massive, massive tank and provide a bigger target for you to hit. Again, this map has changed since the last time I played this. This little passageway never existed. Take us out around behind the enemies here nearly. T-67 seems nippy. There's even new tanks in the game that I've never even seen before, which is it's always good to see that this game, I think first released in Russia back 2010, still getting actively developed and new things added all the time, which is absolutely fantastic for a free-to-play game. Now I'm hoping I don't get pawned from over there at their spawn. I'm hoping to sort of just sneak around, steal a few shots. To get a shot on this T1 Heavy soon. There we go. Boom! Aha! Nice. I still have to be careful of people to the right still, but I think we do have the upper hand here. That's just not wasted. That guy got killed. And he's got pummeled too. There's one more guy up there. Let's see if we can get a shot on him before he dies. And boom, there we go. Pushing on now to the other side of the map. Let's try and see if we can get behind this Churchill 1. We could just go capture the point, but whenever your team starts to get upper hand, it's obviously more fun to start going for the kills instead. Churchill 1 could put up a bit of a fight here, but I'd like to think that, yes, he's being peppered. Oh, there's a truck on the way. It's going to cause a bit of a delay getting a shot off. It's always nice to get the kills. You can team kill, so it's always worth checking your fire, where your teammates are moving. Nice hit there. Come on, reload. Reload, reload. There we go. Now we need to watch out this object, because he can get a shot on us. Most of their, the opponent's tanks are at this side of the map now. Ooh, didn't do any damage. Interesting. Even though that was the back of the tank, which is the weakest part. Allies are base capturing, so it's probably worth pushing up. Is there somebody? Can I get a shot on him? Nope. That's probably worth pushing up. Because we are capturing with several tanks at a time. Oh, one just jumped out. Clock's gone back. I do still have to be careful here because they still have a bit of firepower about them. So they do, but it would be worth pushing ahead, maybe stealing another kill or so. There we go, there's one. Ow. 4-5, repair tracks, boom. Shit, did I miss? Oh, no, we won. Would have got that kill, I think, if we had been allowed to finish. So, how did we do that? Battle team score. I got 4 kills again. Nice. I'll take that. And we got some decent XP, did a bit of damage, and yeah, that was fun. It went a lot better than the earlier matches I had warming up for this recording, so I'm very, very glad about that, except for that KV-85 battle in the middle, which kind of was pretty poor. But this is a game that I absolutely adore. I put a lot of time and effort into it. And again, it's nice to be able to play it again, or at least have an excuse to play it again with these videos. So I think I will be playing it more in the future, and probably fired up on the old YouTube every now and then. So this has been World of Tanks, and also this has been the Panda Puncher. Thanks for watching.